Well, hey there, YouTube, fellow silver stackers, silver pourers, silver enthusiasts. AG Ender here with you, and I am in the shed to do some pouring. You saw my previous video. I've got the first bit of silver that I ordered in the form of 27 Buffalo rounds that I traded with Mr. Hi-Ho Silver. So we'll get to pouring here shortly. I did pick myself up another torch and a couple cans of MAP gas, so we'll get to going. Figured I got the second torch, that way one torch I can leave on the mold full time and keep it nice and hot, and then the other one I can use to melt, and probably with the one that I use for on the mold I can switch to propane at some point and save a little bit there in the way of fuel costs. So I will get set up and show off the mold I'm getting ready to pour first and be back with you shortly. Here, first one I'm going to do, see if I can get you to see it here. The lighting's not great. Let me kick on the light and see if that helps. Here's the first one. Got the Mario Star. My guess is about an ounce, ounce and a half, so we'll see where that ends up being. I did also pick myself up a little scale so I don't have to go back and forth anymore. Everything can be weighed out here. Here's my little scale. And it does pretty much everything. Carats, grams, grains, ounces, troy ounces. Pretty much does it all. So we'll get that ready to go as well. But for now, I will get things started to heat up and be back with you when I'm ready to pour. Alright, just about ready to pour here. I did throw a second round in here just in case one wasn't enough. So, here we go. Well, I'm not quite getting all the junk off the top like I'd like to, but this backside won't matter quite as much as other pours since this is going to be the backside. So, here we go. Why not? Well, I'll probably redo this. It didn't quite fill the mold like I was hoping it would. I might have to get this mold a bit hotter, because it more kind of came up as opposed to out and in the star shape. But let's take a look here. Yeah, because it got the kind of, let me pull the zoom back and then drop it. So there's that. It did turn out okay, but I don't really like how these couple edges are where it over poured. So we will pour this one again. Maybe get a little less, maybe try and get that mold a bit hotter so it comes out like I hope, and get a little bit fuller into the mold. But seeing this, if it fills the mold the way I'm hoping, it is probably going to be about an ounce, give or take. So I will be back with you with the next pour. So here we go, about ready for pour number 2. Let me get that torch out of the way. You know what I got to do real quick is adjust this dish. It's not quite centered in the wick. There we go, that's better. Alright, here we go. It's still not filling quite like I'm hoping it will, but I think this one was, well, not really much better. It's like a little short there on the low side. This is going to take a couple times probably to get right. Get a little used to this pour. So let's take a look. So here we go. Again, it's got kind of these edges that I don't like and I really don't want to grind off and lose silver with. So I'm going to give this a few more tries, maybe, hopefully just one more, but we'll see. And I will be back with you with the results. I think I'm going to stick with this one. I just poured this one now. So there's the first pour. Let's get the scale here real quick. Pop it open. I don't know if you'll be able to see the numbers or not right now. There we go. I still even have this plastic here on the front. Let's make it troy ounces. And I'm guessing a little shy of 2, maybe 1.85. Oh, 1.93. See if I can, there you go. There's the first one, 1.93 troy ounces. You can see a little bit of silver left there in the dish. But that's the first of the Mario stars. So I will get set up for the next pour. I have 3 more new molds. Again, thank you, Mr. Parts for Less, 1999 on eBay. He made these for me and actually threw in a bonus mold, so I will definitely show you what that one turns out to look like. So I will be back for the next pour here in a few minutes. About ready to get the second pour going. I had to get a new dish ready. The old one I think was pretty much done. So here's my first mold I'm going to do. Well, second after the star, but this is the first one that I actually designed and had made custom. A little shield. I'm guessing in the 1 to 2 ounce range as well. So I'll throw 2 rounds in the dish and melt those down and pour it in here and we'll see what it looks like. So I will be back for the pour. Well, here we go, ready for the first little shield pour. See how it turns out. Well, I think that'll be all right. There's either a little bit left in there, so maybe 1.5 ounces, give or take. But that went in there pretty well. Not too many. Pour lines are real light, but that's not a big deal. But it looks like that's going to look pretty good. So let's pull this out of here. Yeah. You're going to like that one. Back to zoom out. Grab the scale. So here it is. Back's nice and smooth. You can kind of see the lines. You get that crystalline kind of formation when it cools, but that polishes right out. So let's see the weight here. Dry it off. And unit. Get it to ounces. And you're at 1.66 ounces. So right about where I figured that one would be, in the 1.5 ounce range. So we'll move on to the next one. Like I said, I want to get at least one of each poured today. Maybe a couple of these little shields. But the next pour is going to be a bigger shield. Again, this was one I designed and custom ordered and had made for me. So there's that one. I'm guessing in the 5 ounce range. So I will be back with you in a bit when that's ready to pour. We got about 5.5 ounces or so in there, so let's see what this big shield ends up being size-wise. It's pretty tough to keep this whole batch of silver melted at one time, so I may not get a full pour, but we will see just how much does pour out of here. I don't think I'll use it all, but we will find out right about now. Wow. Well, as you can see, about the silver that's in the dish is what I'm short on the pour. So I got to figure out how I'm going to keep all of this hot so I can get a full pour out of it. Let's pick this up real quick. And well, you can kind of see it's this side here was a little bit short. It didn't quite fill the mold. So we're going to re-pour this one, and I will be back with you with the results. Well, here's how we turned out. Got a little bit of stuff on here and here, but besides that, turned out pretty good, I think. I got it even there, a little more so even than the first one, but I think it's actually it might be a full 6-ounce pour that I need to try and do in this one, and I just don't know if I've got the equipment to pull that off right now. So we will maybe give that a try here before the evening's over. But let me weigh this real quick and see what it turns out to be. Units. And we are at 5.3. So this is probably going to be closer to 5.5 to 5 3/4. 6 might be a little much, but there it is. So we'll get that cleaned up. I do have one more here to pour, and this is the one that he sent me for free. I don't know, a combination of the time it took and maybe doing business with them. I don't know. Yeah, you can make that out. Looks to me like a shield from Zelda. So let's get that going. See how it turns out. We'll throw 2 ounces in there, 2 rounds, and get that poured. And I will be back with you when I'm ready to pour. Ready to pour? Still got a little bit left in the dish here, but we'll see how that goes. So this might be, well, it is a little bit under 2 ounces. I'll slide this over so I can get a grip on it and see how this one turns out. Back this up. And dry it off here a little bit. Doesn't look too bad at all, actually. Grab the scale as well. Grab my paper towel here to kind of pat it dry before I show it to you here. And there we are. So, get a weight here real quick. And you're at, well, almost 2 ounces, 1.99 ounces there. So, like I said, that little bit left in the dish would have done it. So, that's one of each of my new molds. There's that one. We'll get everything polished up and kind of recap. Probably do a few more pours here, and don't know if I'll get those on camera or not, but this is what I got for now. I will be back either with a wrap up or maybe with another pour. So I will see you then. So here's all of today's pours. Got the large shield, number 1 at 5.3 ounces. Got the large shield, number 2 at 6.03 ounces. There you look at it there. Have small shield number 1 at 1.63 ounces. The small shield number 2 at 1.64 ounces. The 2 Mario stars here. Number 1 is 1.93 ounces. And number 2 is 1.9 ounces. And then the 3 Zelda shields, 1.99 ounces on the first one. Number 2, actually this is number 3, has 1.84 ounces on Zelda shield number 3. And then number 2 is 2 ounces on the nose. So that's what I got for today. There's more silver on the way, so I will catch you next time. Thank you all for the support. Like, shares, comments, subscriptions. It's all appreciated. I will catch you next time. AG Ender signing off. Have a good night.